What's up, what's up, what's up? My name is Scott Lalim, spelt Lalime, representing the Launchpad at Moon Landing. I got the honor in sitting down with none other than my boy, Steven, aka Ekonovah. Last time we spoke was on my Lime stream back in COVID, I think. It's been a minute.
Way back when.
Across screens, and now we're sitting on a couch together. How have you been, bud?
I've been really good, dude. Thank you. Thank you.
That's good to hear. And since then, let's talk about a little bit of growth. What's been your most mind-blowing experience about your growth as an artist so far since that point?
That's a good question. My style has changed a lot, just musically. I think I've really come into my own. Before the pandemic, I was super clubby. During the pandemic, I was super emotional and melodic. And now that we're out of it, and I have retrospect for both styles, I've really settled in on this fun melodic club hybrid. And everything I've been making for the last several months has just been I've never been so satisfied and I've never been so proud of the music I've been making.
Yeah.
And today, the new one just came out, Someday. So that's one of the tracks I'm most proud of. So I'm thrilled.
And that was going into my next question, was really talking about the new strategies you've implemented into that new track, Someday. I've listened to it. It's a great one, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just go ahead and explain that, man.
Yeah, I mean, that day I was just feeling kind of some certain way. I was feeling equally demotivated and motivated about my future. I was sort of letting negative thought patterns affect me. But at the same time, I was sort of telling myself, like, don't listen to that. So I just wrote this song sort of as a positive affirmation that someday I'm going to make it big and everything's going to be okay and all my music is going to be exactly where I want it to be.
Oh yeah. And what about that transition, like from when I talked to you first into this now, has really helped you along the way with your production and your stage presence?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
As far as like the transition from going to clubby into more melodic and more thought out music.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, that's interesting. I think really it's mostly just been a lot of consistency. I just got off my first debut tour, and that's helped a lot with stage presence and just the ins and outs and just the routine of that has helped a lot. And then having this new style, this new musical style where I really found my comfort zone with melodic and club. I just feel a new sense of confidence when I get on stage because there's a new sense of alignment with this music. So hopefully that answers your question.
Exactly. And as far as a comfort zone goes, what does that define as Ekonovah goes?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that because my name Ekonovah. Echo is supposed to mean sound. Nova means, Echo means sound. Nova means new. So it means new sound. And it's always front of mind every time I'm making a track is to reinvent and to be innovative. So I never want to get too comfortable. But that being said, my comfort zone in a general sense is just melodic and clubby, something that has a story, tells a story, feels uplifting, but still has a driving beat that you can dance to. That was a big problem as shows started reopening. All my melodic stuff that I had written during the pandemic didn't translate into a live setting like in a club. I remember playing at Sunbar in Tempe, some of my melodic stuff, and the several tracks before that were just doing great. Everyone was jumping up and down. It was a great reaction. I played a melodic song, and you could feel the energy dip. And that was sort of a learning lesson. I mean, I knew that conceptually as a DJ, but that was the first time that one of my own tracks, like I felt that dip in energy.
Yeah.
So I've just learned a lot just from those experiences over time. And like I've already said, just figured out how to mesh those two worlds of melodic, emotional, and clubby and dancey.
Oh yeah. And describe the hype from the reaction that you kind of get from, seeing those positive reactions through the crowd with making that new melodic dance music.
Dude, it is the best feeling. I didn't really know that something was missing back when I was making only clubby or back when I was making only emotional. Like, I feel like I've married both worlds. Like, I've been writing music since a very young age and more like the melodic style. Like, I've very heavily influenced by Coldplay and that corner of music, which isn't like super like clubby or dancey, obviously. But at the same time, one of the reasons I started making electronic music was to dance.
Exactly.
So now, like this whole catalog that I have and like the new track Someday, like it really just combines both worlds in the perfect, just like
conjunction.
Hybrid.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, well, here at Moon Landing, we like to talk about gratitude, and I just want you to go ahead and tell us one thing or a couple of things that you're really grateful for in this scene right nowadays.
Oh, awesome! Like in the music scene itself.
It doesn't have to even be the music scene; it can even be in your personal life as
well.
Sure.
Okay. Well, firstly, I think music is in a really cool stage right now. Every few years, things start to evolve and kind of push a boundary, I think Fred again has done a really good job at exposing the masses to a more emotional side, which obviously I find very interesting given my background and the style that I make. And also the harder stuff is going really good right now too. So I just think that people are more open-minded than ever before when it comes to music, and given my style and that I'm combining these two worlds, I'm grateful that that's the current scene right now. There's a lot of new melodic acts that are really starting to rise up, and that's nice to see, because I feel like for a while there, don't get me wrong, I love bass music and I love heavy bass house, I love hard-hitting tech house or techno, like I love all of it, but it is refreshing to see some of this more melodic stuff come up. But yeah, I'm just, there's a lot that I'm grateful in my life right now, man. Yeah, my mental health's never been better. My sense of creativity, that's great, right? Yeah, it goes a long way.
A long way.
My health has never been better. There's a lot right now. That's all feels like everything's coalescing, and I'm really excited for the future. Things are looking really bright.
We're very excited for you, Steven. Seriously.
You're too sweet.
And going back to gratitude, I just want to say one more thing. How grateful are you for the hype that you've gotten off Someday so far from just your friends and family?
You know, I could probably say just the pre-release circuit. This record probably has the most hype that I've ever received pre-release. That isn't easy to do, and I'm very grateful for that. It's been a long time since I've had friends from my past reach out and be like, hey, I saw this release, like sounds really cool. It's a really good feeling. It feels very validating. I mean, you know, you work so hard day in, day out in the studio, and it really is. It's such a full-time job, and there's so much that goes into it, and the feeling when people understand all the blood, sweat, and tears that you've been putting into it, when people resonate with that, I mean, that just makes all the time and hard work worth it.
Well, I mean, we couldn't agree more. And honestly, I'm very hyped to see where that track goes, and same here at Moon Landing. And I just want to thank you for sitting down with me today, Steven. It's always a pleasure to see you and your beautiful smile. I want to thank
Likewise,
Moon Landing again. I want to thank the Launchpad. This is Scott Lalim with Launchpad to Moon Landing. This is Ekonovah, and I think that cuts it.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Moon Landing. Appreciate both of you guys.
Awesome. See you next time.
Yes, sir.